This episode has been brought to you by CompleteNutra.com, Whole Family Nutrition.
I'm excited to have you on the show because this show is about holistic health, and the 5 areas of holistic health that I've kind of determined initially with the beginning of the show was mental health, physical health, spiritual health, relational health, and then the 5th one would be financial health. But really, this show is dedicated to interviewing doctors, experts, and real moms. Now, you are an expert. I know you're not a real mom, but
or a doctor.
But you do have a mom, so that would also, or a doctor. But so there's a lot of ways you could qualify here.
And I know doctors.
Exactly. So. But I guess the main way you qualify is because you are an expert on theology, and I've known you, I don't even know how long. Was it 2005 when we met?
Oh, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
15 years. It's been a long time, but
it's hard to believe it's been that long.
The cool part about our relationship, John, is I've never had anybody else in my life that's helped me with some foundational filters that I actually have to use all the time. In fact, these foundational filters, now when I say that, I'm talking about Jesus, like specifically who the Bible says Jesus is and the red letters in the New Testament and are what he said. And there's a lot of misinterpretations of Jesus. And the reason I'm bringing this up on a holistic health show is because of the spiritual component. Spiritual health, I think, is a really important part of holistic health. And it's not just spirituality in general. Now, it can be for people, but a lot of people haven't had the chance to get to know Jesus through the lens that you explain him through, because I didn't really understand the personal Jesus until I met you. And I go back to that Psalm when it says, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, because for thou art with me." You know, and that's an Old Testament verse, but it's talking about Jehovah God, and I think it could be related to Jesus in the New Testament. Sure. We're talking about him. Yeah. But all this stuff is coming to say that if I didn't have what I call a tether, I call Jesus my tether because the world is dark, and I like exploring the world, and I have a lot of friends, and I don't have only Christian friends, and in fact, I don't have many Christian friends. But when I'm exploring the world, I get sometimes caught up in pockets of darkness I didn't even know or mean to get caught up into. If I wouldn't have my tether of Jesus, the filter to run everything through now when I say Jesus, I'm talking about Jesus Christ of Nazareth, born in Bethlehem of the Christian Bible. Like a lot of times people will claim that they also have a relationship with Jesus, but they may be talking about a different version of Jesus. Anyways, so this is just a big thing for me to introduce you because you've had a foundational impact in my life. And I just want to say, first off, thanks for that.
Oh, well, it's an honor to be friends, Dave, and I've learned a ton from you over the years as well, and we've had a lot of fun.
Definitely a lot of fun.
as well. So it's just humbling, and it's a total honor.
Awesome.
To be with you today, too.
Yeah, thank you. So let's get started. I want to get into why is spiritual health an important component of holistic health? And I think you have a whole different maybe paradigm to throw on me there. And then the second component is, who was Jesus as a person and why is he important?
Yeah. Well, I'll take those questions in order. You know, in my mind, I don't know that I would divide life up into compartments of physical, spiritual, social, etc. Okay. Even though there are compartments. But to me, the spiritual component, if you will, is the one that holds it all together, right? The spiritual life is a river that runs through it, if I can borrow a phrase here. That everything is ultimately spiritual because we were created by God for a relationship with him. That we were created in God's image to reflect his glory as human beings. And in doing so, we flourish. In not doing so, we do something less than flourish. And so the spiritual life, if we could define that as our connectedness to God, the one whose image we bear, then becomes the river that runs through it. It becomes the thing that makes everything else make sense. So that God is the foundation. The spiritual life is foundational and permeates every other aspect of life. Does that make a little sense?
Thank you for joining us for the Healthy and Family Show. Visit our website at healthyandfamily.com. That's healthyandfamily.com to see what all the other doctors, experts, and real moms have to say about keeping your whole family healthy. This episode has been brought to you by CompleteNutro.com, Whole Family Nutrition, and aired on the Goldstone Network. People, Planet, Future.